Clio is one of Ireland's best loved small cars. It's also an international bestseller. Renault have sold over 60 million Clios worldwide since it first went on sale all the way back in 1990. This is generation 5 of the Clio, and it's been on Irish roads since about late 2019, so it's time for an update to keep it competitive against its rivals like the Volkswagen Polo, the Hyundai i20, the Opel Corsa, the Toyota Yaris. There's lots of rivals for this Clio. This latest version goes on sale from about €25,000 for a petrol and from about €30,500 for an even more fuel-efficient hybrid. Now that is a lot of money for a small car like the Clio, but has Renault done enough to keep it a chic and charming small car that can rise above its rivals in the super mini class? Well, that's what I want to find out in this video. I'm Caroline and this is the Carzone YouTube channel. As always, you can find new and used Renaults for sale and lots more cars over on Carzone.ie, Ireland's trusted motoring marketplace. Please remember to give this video a like and click the subscribe button to stay up to date with all our latest videos. The Clio has always been one of the most stylish small cars on sale, and this new one really does take it to the next level. The grille now stretches the whole way between the front headlights, and there's also the new Renault logo. There's new full LED headlights and spectacular daytime running lights in the shape of a half diamond to reflect the Renault badge. There's also a new F1 style blade in the front bumper. There's 3 grades available: Techno, Evolution and Esprit Alpine. It's brand new and it replaces the old RS line. It pays homage to Renault's Alpine brand of sports cars. You get a special Esprit Alpine badge on the side and 17-inch diamond cut alloy wheels. The changes are much more subtle at the back. The rear lights now have clear covers. There's a new bumper with new aerodynamic scoops, and the lower edge is finished in grey on the Esprit Alpine versions. The best of the range for boot space is the petrol Clio at an impressive 391 litres, which is even bigger than a Volkswagen Golf. In the hybrid, the volume goes down to about 301 litres, so that's not quite as impressive, but it is a teeny bit bigger than arch rival the Toyota Yaris hybrid. The Clio has one of the best cabins of any small car on sale. It's very stylish and it's also very solid and well made. Now this is an Esprit Alpine model, so it does feel a little bit more sophisticated than the rest of the range. You get these lovely front sport seats, they've got a bit of blue stitching and also the Alpine logo. There's a few French flags dotted around the cabin, and you've also got this tricolour stitching here in the steering wheel. The digital tech is also really brilliant on board. You've got a full digital driver display, a little bit smaller in the entry-level models. You also get this 9.3-inch touchscreen on the Esprit Alpine. It's 7-inch on the entry-level models, but it is a really good system. It's very easy to use. And new for this year is wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so no more messy cables. There's also these physical controls for the ventilation, so it's all very easy to use. Standard equipment includes automatic aircon, and there's also rear parking sensors. If you go up to the Techno model, you get wireless smartphone charging and also a reversing camera. And this Esprit Alpine gets luxurious features like a heated steering wheel, heated front seats, and there's also safety equipment like adaptive cruise control. There's rear cross traffic alert and also blind spot monitoring as well. It's reasonably spacious here in the back of the Clio for a small car. It's not the biggest, but it's not the smallest either. And you should be able to get adults back here from time to time. And children really should be fine here across the back seat. There are a few amenities, like there's pockets here on the back of the seats, and there's also some small door pockets as well. engines are the same as before. There's a 1 litre turbocharged petrol engine, and it's got 90 horsepower and a 6-speed manual gearbox. Then there's this 1.6 litre hybrid. It's got more power, 145 horsepower, and it also promises even greater efficiency because it's got 2 electric motors and also a 1.2 kilowatt hour battery. So for example, in town and city driving, Renault say that it can drive up to 80% of the time in EV mode, and that helps obviously the overall efficiency of the vehicle. Now Renault quotes about 4.2 litres per 100 kilometres of fuel consumption in real world driving, and I have to say that I've actually seen very close to that. So it's genuinely very efficient in real world driving, and it's also incredibly smooth to drive. So it is a nice hybrid. It comes with a multi-mode automatic transmission, and that delivers the power nicely as well. So it does feel very mature on the road, as well as having that extra power over the entry-level petrol engine. Clio is good fun to drive, I have to say. Comfort and refinement levels are very good by small car standards as well. A little bit of roughness over rougher surfaces. You'll certainly hear and feel the car going over less than perfect surfaces, but it's nothing alarming for a small car. It handles very nicely, there's lots of grip, the steering is nicely weighted as well. You've got a few different driving modes, so there's the multi-sense system, and you can switch between an eco mode, a sport mode, and then there's also a more individual setting called My Sense, where you can kind of fine-tune it a bit more. For example, the weight of the steering. There's also a B mode here in the hybrid, so that improves the regenerative braking. And actually every time you lift off the accelerator or brake, you're putting a little bit of energy back into that 1.2 kilowatt hour battery. So it's actually very clever. Renault filed something like 150 patents in the development of this hybrid. So I think it is a good small hybrid car. The only issue I really see with this hybrid is that it is quite expensive to buy at about €30,500. This top of the range Esprit Alpine is about €34,000. But I suppose if you're looking for the ease of an automatic and a bit more power, then it does start to make more sense, and it is genuinely efficient as well. But I would just say don't rule out that entry-level petrol engine with the 6-speed manual gearbox either. So to sum up this Renault Clio, well, like all small cars and superminis, it has gotten a lot more expensive to buy over the years, but in fairness it has grown and it's definitely matured as well. It's a nice car to drive, a nice car to spend time in as well. It's a good combination of style, practicality and efficiency, particularly this Clio hybrid. And this latest facelift certainly sharpens up the styling as well, and it remains one of the most desirable small cars on sale. You can find more cars for sale on Carzone.ie, Ireland's trusted motoring marketplace. And if you liked this video, please give it a like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all our latest videos. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.